never had a problem being a wildflower. I never needed to be a rose content with thistle and dandelion until I was told that dandelions are weeds and no one would pick me. Too many times I've tried to thrive in gardens only to be uprooted or discarded. A poison ivy they'd rather part with labeled undesired and difficult to control. Named a weed, but all I ever wanted was to be beautiful, to flower, to flourish, to be called lovely. Dandelions look like flowers, but they're still considered ugly, so by the time you found me, I was convinced I would always be unwanted, that I was always going to be just another weed in anyone's garden. Never a chrysanthemum to bouquet or put forth effort to maintain, because for every shade of petal, there's always another more captivating. But you saw me, as if I was kissed by the first sign of spring, bursting with vibrant hues and outstretched leaves, maybe a little wilted, but still perky, pulling for the sun. You called me a rose, accepting all my thorn, ignoring that thorns draw blood. And with every cut from my barbed tongue, you bandage your fingers to once again hold me. I wasn't used to being held. After spending all my life competing for the bare essentials, water, nutrients, sunlight, always had to fight for attention against every would-be daffodil or daisy, but you showed me what happens when you nurture a flower rather than rip it from the roots, watering my self-worth with your subtle reassurances, caressing my coarse filament with your sunshine lips, cultivating a love so deep that it would sprout from within me. So why did my heart still refuse to bloom? I always assumed that love was simple, sown in trust and truth, and the rest would just follow suit, but I learned that the absence of harsh circumstance does not automatically entail growth. I wasn't used to being seen beyond a season, was never given a reason to find worth once deflowered. You had no ill intent, but this trauma stems from my insecurities. I did not know how to be loved. Sometimes the healthiest relationships are the hardest ones. So I wilted within myself and withdrew in fear. You were prepared to wait out my winter, but dandelions are known to withstand the cold. The winter is all I ever knew. You asked me to blossom for you, but in return I soiled our relationship. Not the gardener, but the garden. The difficulty was always me. I don't have a problem being a wildflower. I don't want to be a rose. I just want the next garden that I thrive in to be my own.